Chapel earlier in the season in a sportsmanship victory. Farmington and Nashville have been the two teams that have been chosen or thought of around the state to possibly have a rematch in next week's, that will be Thursday, in the championship game. The Lady Badgers would love nothing other than to destroy those plans, but it will be a tough task for Arkadelphia today. Take a look at these two teams coming into the game. Farmington averaging 66 points per game, Arkadelphia averaging 58.4. The defensive effort of Farmington is what makes you notice. Farmington averaging, only giving up 31 points per game. Arkadelphia averaging 45 points per game for their opponents. Farmington scores the basketball. We mentioned they 66 points a game, shooting almost 50% from the field, 34% from three-point range. Farmington has made 276 three-pointers this season. We'll talk about the leaders of that here in a minute when we talk about them individually. But Farmington, 276 three-pointers made this season. Compare that to Arkadelphia's 133. Free throw percentage, Farmington shoots as well. Arkadelphia has struggled as a team, but they did shoot very good from the free throw line Tuesday in the win against Watson Chapel. Take a look at some of the team leaders. Leading scorers for Arkadelphia: senior guard Leah Smith averaging 13.5 points per game. Sophomore guard T.T. Tate with 10.2. Amaya Snowden, Michaela Gentry, two seniors, at 7.7 and 7.3 points per game respectively. Sophomore Taylor Altman at 6.5. Sophomore Reagan Harris at 4.3 points per game. Madison Hill and T.K. Crawford each average 2.7 for Arkadelphia. Farmington is led by 6'3" senior guard forward, kind of whatever she wants to play, Jenna Lawrence, averaging 19 points and 7 rebounds per game, shooting 60% on her two-point field goals and 43% from outside the arc. Jenna Lawrence is a signee of the University of Arkansas. She'll be playing in Fayetteville next year for head coach Mike Neighbors. And assistant coach Amber Shirey, or the director of basketball operations, Amber Shirey, we'll hear that name in a second. Jenna Lawrence has hit 96 three-pointers this season. Reese Shirey, the daughter of Amber Shirey, also on the Arkansas staff, a 5'6" junior, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals per game, 48% three-point shooter. Leading for the Badgers, Leah Smith, who mentioned the points, 65% from free throw range, averaging 3.6 steals and 3.6 assists per game, 5.3 rebounds for Leah Smith. T.T. Tate shooting 52% from the field. Michaela Gentry, 7.3 points, 5.8 rebounds per game. And she's averaging, and you're not going to be surprised about this, 3.6 deflections per game. We are pausing for the national anthem, so we'll take a break and we'll be back with Arkadelphia Lady Badger basketball after this timeout on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
Starting lineup's about to be announced, and you will see those starting lineups for Arkadelphia as they are announced. You see some of those Arkadelphia Lady Badgers. They are the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, and they are wearing the blue uniforms. The starting lineup, Leah Smith, leading scorer on the team, 13.5 points, 3.6 steals. Sophomore T.T. Tate, second on the team in scoring with 10.2 points per game. Amaya Snowden, the other guard, 7.7 points per game. Michaela Gentry getting the start for Arkadelphia. And Reagan Harris also getting the start as she got her start Tuesday in the first round win over the Southside Lady Southerners. Arkadelphia coached by head coach Jonathan Klein, assisted by Mandy Stevenson-Newman. And the Lady Badgers have made themselves and their fans proud with their effort here at the state tournament. Glad you're tuned in to watch them today. It's a long drive with some bad weather, and so that probably hurt the crowd a little bit, but we're glad that you're tuned in supporting the Lady Badgers. Farmington having their starting lineups announced, and you're going to hear a good crowd, obviously, because the team is 33-1, but also because they had the benefit of having a doubleheader. The Farmington boys play right after this. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for Farmington. Jamira London, one of the guards. London averaging 7 points per game. Marion Adams, a sophomore, 5'11 sophomore, also averaging 7 points per game. A 5'7 junior, Hannah Moss, averaging 4.4 points per game. Reese Shirey, the 5'6 junior guard, who averages 9 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals per game. And then the other starter is Jenna Lawrence, the 6'3 senior guard forward, signee with Arkansas, averaging 19 points and 7 rebounds per game. Farmington will also bring more size off the bench with Zoe Bershers, a 6'3 sophomore forward as well. Well, yeah, there's Bersher. She was standing out there like she was starting, but she is a starter. So one of the starters that we were given were wrong. So it is Bersher, London, Shirey, Lawrence, and Moss. Jenna Lawrence, Michaela Gentry jumping center, and we are ready to go from Blytheville in the 4A state quarterfinals. There's one deflection. We've seen deflections this season, several deflections, active hands from Arkadelphia defensively. They come out in a man-to-man. Jenna Lawrence guarded by Michaela Gentry. Double teaming Bershers. Now Lawrence, she's going to pull up from deep. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound, Shirey underneath the Bershers. And the first basket of the game is Bershers. And here comes the pressure from Farmington. To Harris, now T.T. Tate. Backside pass, but nobody was there. Snowden had gone too far down the lane, and the ball will go over to Farmington. We talked about the Lady Cardinals. They were the state runner-up last year. Lost a close game to Nashville, and they're trying to get back to that state championship game. A cut there from Hannah Moss. She gets in front of the face of the defender. She's fouled, and that's the first foul on Amaya Snowden. Her first team foul, and Hannah Moss to the free throw line for Farmington. Farmington coached by head coach Brad Johnson. This is Kaylee Wright, Denver Holt, Jessica McCullough, and Jessica Aguilar. First free throw from Moss is the back of the rim, no good. Just underway here from Chickasaw Arena. Chris Babb here bringing you the action. Thanks to Preston Crowder for stepping in on Tuesday, bringing a little luck to the Lady Badgers, and a tremendous effort for Arkadelphia getting that state tournament win over Southside. Harris to Tate again, backside Snowden. Loses the ball, then gets control of it again. Leah Smith in amongst the trees, blocked by Bersher, out of bounds, last touch by Arkadelphia, and it will go over to Farmington. Bersher averaging 2 blocks a game. Lawrence also blocked shots with the Lynx. Here's Lawrence for 3. That's off, no good. Rebound to the hands of Leah Smith, 2-on-1. Smith and Gentry. Smith to Gentry, layup good for Michaela Gentry. Gentry gets Arkadelphia on the board for the first time today, and it's 3-2 Farmington. Three-pointer will correct the scoreboard here in a second. Ball out of bounds. Last touch. Ooh. Now we're going to have a correction. We're going to have a discussion and a correction. It's going to be Arkadelphia basketball. The score on your screen is now correct, 3-2. Jenna Lawrence guarding the inbound, pressuring Leah Smith. Gentry back to Leah Smith. Arkadelphia has seen this type of pressure because that's what Nashville does as well. So Arkadelphia using the same press break that they did against the Scrapperettes. Snowden can't handle the pass. A little early game jitters. The ball goes back over to Farmington. Backdoor cut, nice deflection by Michaela Gentry. Another deflection from Gentry. You mentioned Gentry in one of the stats that Arkadelphia really takes pride in is the deflections. We've seen a lot of those deflections. There's a nice cut from Lawrence to the basket. Lawrence gets her first basket of the game. It's 5-2 now. Harris sneak in from behind for Moss, knocks it out of bounds, but too far for Berkshires to control, and the ball will stay with Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia has pressured its opponents with a 1-3-1 a lot, but they do have active hands on defense. Gentry leads the team with 3.6 deflections per game, and she got one of those on that previous possession. Farmington was just able to convert. Leah Smith drives baseline. She's fouled by Jamira London. That's her first team foul on the Lady Cardinals. Will be Arkadelphia's ball with the new shot clock under their own basket. Snowden. Offensive foul as Reese Shirey was there to cut off the baseline and draw the foul. That's her second personal foul. The second foul called on Amaya Snowden. So Taylor Altman's going to come into the game for Arkadelphia. Well, not yet. They're not going to let her because she didn't have her shirt tucked in. So they're not going to let her check into the game until, so Amaya Snowden's going to have to play smart here on this defensive possession. Berkshires inside, left hand, no good. Rebound knocked away by Gentry. Loose ball, Reagan Harris. Ahead to Snowden, but it's knocked out of bounds by Hannah Moss. And it will stay with Arkadelphia. So now Taylor Altman will check in for Snowden. 5-2 Farmington, 3 minutes into this one. Tate, Smith, Altman, Gentry, and Harris. Two seniors, 3 sophomores. Altman to Smith, back to Altman for 3, no good. Loose ball, rolls around on the ground. London gets it, throws it away. Michaela Gentry controls it. Now gets a TT Tate. Arkadelphia not with a ton of size, but nice shot from TT Tate. Her first basket of the game makes it 5-4. Shirey penetrates, gets off to Moss, and Moss gets the layup to go. And it's 7-4 Farmington. Gentry from Smith now to Altman. Quickly ahead to Reagan Harris. Shot up, and a foul is going to be called on Zoe Berkshires, her first. Second team foul, and Reagan Harris will go to the free throw line. Free throws have not been great for Arkadelphia, shooting over 50%, not what they would like to shoot as a team. But they did shoot well from the free throw line in Tuesday's victory over Southside. Harris misses the second one. Loose ball controlled by Leah Smith. Harris kept that one alive. Now Gentry goes baseline. Layup good for Michaela Gentry. 7-6. It's back to a 1-point game as Gentry now has 4 of those 6. Lawrence uses a screen. Step back, third three-pointer attempt of the day, no good. Step through, under is good for Jenna Lawrence. She has 4 points, 9-6. Lady Cardinals. Gentry, Altman. Nobody picks her up, goes to Harris. Shot is blocked by Burschers. Shirey and Harris battle over it. Goes off the right foot of Reagan Harris. And the ball will go to Farmington. Shirey walks it up. Still man-to-man defense from Arkadelphia. Haven't seen a lot of man, but Farmington does shoot so well from three-point range that you can't allow in a zone offense to a zone defense to allow Farmington just free shots from outside. Harris steps in, steals the entry pass from Lawrence to Burschers. Leah Smith penetrates up the right side, layup good for Leah Smith. Leah Smith gets her first basket of the game. It's 9-8. Reagan Harris with the steal. Ball ends up in the hands to Leah Smith, who goes coast to coast. Burschers shot no good. Rebound Smith on the backside. Arkadelphia trying to push it. Quickly ahead, Altman to the baseline. Shot up, blocked by Burschers. That's out of bounds. It'll stay with Arkadelphia. Third block of the day from Zoe Burschers. New player into the game for Farmington, Casey McCumber, a 6'1 sophomore forward. She replaces Burschers. Also into the game, Marion Adams, a 5'11 sophomore guard. Adams averaging 7 points per game for Farmington. Pass stolen away by Shirey. Foul on Reagan Harris. And Reese Shirey will go to the free throw line for the Farmington Lady Cardinals. That's the first foul on Reagan Harris. Third team foul on Arkadelphia. Shirey to the line for the Lady Cardinals. Shirey, a good shooter, hit 57 three-pointers on the season. I say that, and she misses the free throw. Zuri Jones in for Arkadelphia along with Anaya Ford. So Altman and Harris will take a seat and get a breather. Zuri Jones, sophomore forward. Anaya Ford, junior guard, in for Arkadelphia. 1 for 2 for Shirey, gets her first point of the game. And 10-8 is the lead. Leah Smith, right side. Michaela Gentry for three, no good. Anaya Ford with the rebound. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Shirey. It will stay with Arkadelphia. 2:06 remaining in the first quarter. TT Tate loses the ball. Adams with it for Farmington. Arkadelphia does get back nicely. Moss for three, no good. Rebound on the backside. Tie ball, alternating possession will go to Arkadelphia. Casey McCumber was on the backside for Farmington for the rebound. Michaela Gentry stepped in to tie the ball up. Arkadelphia dangerously close to a 5-second call. Nice steal by Lawrence, but it goes into the hands of TT Tate. She tries to get a step on Shirey. Shirey nicely knocks the ball out of Tate's hands. A nice hands by Reese Shirey. She tried to save it inbounds, but stepped on the baseline. So it'll stay with Arkadelphia. 29 on the shot clock. 1:45 remaining in the first quarter. The length of Farmington has impacted Arkadelphia just inbounding the ball. Not necessarily anywhere else yet except for the the three blocks we've seen. But it is a very long team that when they face guard the inbounds pass, they can cause problems. 15 on the shot clock. Tate kicks out to Smith. Gets a step on Adams. Left-handed shot, no good. Rebound Adams. Quickly ahead. Layup, no good, but Anaya Ford is whistled for the foul. Her first, fourth team foul. And to the line for Farmington will be Casey McCumber, a 6'1 sophomore forward, averaging 6 points per game for Farmington. 6 players for Farmington averaging at least 6 points per game. First point of the game for McCumber. 2 for 2 from Macomber at the line. 12-8 is the Farmington lead. Taylor Altman back into the game for Arkadelphia. Ford takes a seat. Tate dangerously triple teamed in the corner, but she does a nice job of finding Gentry to Altman, layup Jones. Good, counted in the foul. Textbook press break offense from Arkadelphia, and it ends up with a layup from Zuri Jones, her first basket of the game. Give the assist to Taylor Altman, and Zuri Jones goes to the free throw line. That foul was on Reese Shirey, her first, third team foul. Tremendous press break and conversion from Arkadelphia. You can't draw it up much better than that. The Arkadelphia crowd in the audience trying to get behind the Lady Badgers. Nice entry pass to Macomber. She got on the high side, or the low side, and sealed off Zuri Jones and got the layup to go. 14-11. Almost a turnover on this end. T.T. Tate was there. Altman's shot altered. Macomber recovers it. We'll fix the score on your screen at the quarter. It is 14-11 Farmington. Moss, pump fake three, charging violation on Hannah Moss. Tremendous job of drawing the charge by Arkadelphia. 14-11 is the correct score. Full court pressure from Farmington, 14-11. Tate, double team, gets it to Smith, ahead to Altman. Gentry at the high post. Kicks out to Altman from 17, off the glass, no good. Rebound to Morgan Uhr, who's just in the game. So 10 seconds, one shot for Farmington. 3-point lead for the Lady Cardinals. Arkadelphia wants a defensive stop. Adams dribbles through, layup is good for Marin Adams, and Farmington gets the basket at the buzzer. So that's the end of one quarter of play. Farmington 16, Arkadelphia 11, down by 5, but a good start against one of the top two teams in the state, considered by most people, coming into the game at 33-1. 16-11 Farmington after one, and we'll be back after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Lady Badger basketball on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
While you may not be a pediatric surgeon volunteering your topiary talents at a children's hospital, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisor gets to know you, your passions, and the way you give back, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
Back to action here from Chickasaw Arena on the campus of Blytheville High School. Arkadelphia trailing Farmington 16-11. 4 different Lady Badgers have scored. Nice flash and a deflection from Gentry. Ewart, skip pass, Shirey from deep from 3. That was way too strong. Rebound to Tate. 3-on-2. Nice job by those two from Farmington getting it back into Gentry. Gentry backs down Reese Shirey. A jump ball, an alternating possession will give the ball to Arkadelphia. Reese Shirey undersized on that one. Michaela Gentry did a nice job of backing down the defender. Shirey made equally as nice of a defensive play to force the tie ball. Leah Smith with the runner off the glass, no good. Taylor Altman with the rebound, count it for Taylor Altman. And it's 16-13. Inside, shot blocked by Reagan Harris. Off of the foot of Casey Macomber. Reagan Harris gets the block shot. And Arkadelphia, it's a one-possession game, and Arkadelphia has the ball. Farmington drops back the pressure. Farmington had been in a full court press for the entire first quarter and first possession of the second. They drop it off. Leah Smith. Shot altered by Jenna Lawrence. McCumber with the rebound. Arkadelphia retreats. They leave Jenna Lawrence alone for three, no good. Rebound Leah Smith to Harris, back to Smith. Gentry, high post, Harris gets by the defender, shot blocked by McCumber. McCumber with the rebound. Shirey tries to push for Farmington. Left side, Adams for three, good for Marin Adams. Marin Adams has 5, and it's a 6-point lead for Farmington. Smith kicks out to Altman for three. No good, too strong. Rebound, Lawrence. Shirey quickly ahead to McCumber. Misses the shot. Nice hustle by Marin Adams, but she can't control the ball. And the ball will go over to Arkadelphia. Anaya Ford back into the game for Arkadelphia. Zoe Bershers into the game for McCumber. Jemiah London into the game. Also, 30-second timeout called by Arkadelphia. It's going to give us a little reset. We'll stay here. 19-13. Farmington with a 6-point lead. On the floor out of the timeout for the Lady Badgers. Leah Smith, Taylor Altman, T.T. Tate, Anaya Ford, and Michaela Gentry. 4 fouls called on each team. 2 fouls on Amaya Snowden for Arkadelphia, 1 each on Reagan Harris and Anaya Ford. 1 apiece for Farmington for London, Shirey, Moss, and Bershers. So out of the timeout, Arkadelphia ball. Trailing by 6 to the Farmington Lady Cardinals, the 1 seed from the 4A North. Smith draws the foul on London, and they're going to give Leah Smith 2 free throws. Smith is the team's leading free throw shooter at 65.7%. That's the 2nd foul on Jamira London. Head coach Brad Johnson asking the official what else he could do. Wait a minute, I thought she said 2 shots. Well, they said on the floor. He signaled 2, but then Arkadelphia inbounded the ball. Regardless, it is Lady Badger basketball. 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Altman, Ford, back to Altman, out of bounds. Ball will go over to over to Farmington. Leah Smith almost picks the pocket of Shirey. She throws it up for Lawrence. Loose ball, stolen away by Arkadelphia. Tate, stolen away by Adams to Shirey. Backside, 3-pointer on the way, good for Farmington. That's Morgan Ewer. Ewer's first basket, and the lead is 9 for Farmington. Ford double teamed on the baseline. In trouble, has to get rid of it. Knocked away, Shirey with the steal. And the uncontested layup that she missed, but Marin Adams is able to reach over Leah Smith for the rebound. Frantic pace in the last 2 or 3 possessions. Adams kicks it out. 3-pointer, Ewer, no good. Rebound, Michaela Gentry. Leah Smith quickly up to Tate. Tate, pull up. Jumper good for T.T. Tate. It's a long 2-pointer for Tate. She has 4. It's back to a 7-point lead for Farmington midway through the second quarter. Michaela Gentry guarding Jenna Lawrence. sometimes a double. Shirey left open for three, too strong, no good. Nice job of boxing out by Michaela Gentry. She's still on the floor on the other end. Smith, kick out, TT for three, good for TT Tate. Tate has 5 on the last 2 possessions, 7 in the game. And the lead is down to 4. Snowden, Jones, Harris come in for Arkadelphia, replacing Altman, Gentry, and Ford. .3:15 remaining in the first half. Tate flashes for the ball. Nice job by Zuri Jones of trying to distract. She does. Bosher shot, no good. Jenna Lawrence underneath, layup, no good. But Jenna Lawrence is going to the free throw line after the Arkadelphia foul. That foul is called on Leah Smith. First personal foul on Leah Smith. Jenna Lawrence goes to the free throw line. Lawrence has 4 points, misses that free throw. Lawrence averaging 19 points and 7 rebounds per game. Only 4. She's 0 for 3 from three-point range. She's missed a free throw as well. Misses both of them. Reagan Harris with the rebound for Arkadelphia. Smith to Tate. Snowden. Leah Smith lost it, now got it back, runner in the lane. Shot up, no good, but a foul. She couldn't quite get the shot off. And a foul is on Zoe Brashears, her second. And Leah Smith to the free throw line for the Lady Badgers. Knocks the first one down. Smith with 3 points tonight. Shears takes a seat. McCumber back in for Farmington. Leah Smith misses that one. Zuri Jones with the offensive rebound. Smith for three, good! And we are tied, 22 all, 2:30 remaining in the second quarter. Don't let the Lady Badgers get hot, or you can. Marion Adams does a nice job of reading the defense and going back door when the defense over pursued. She's able to get that uncontested layup, and Farmington takes the 2-point lead. Smith, kick out Zuri Jones for three, no good. Rebound Jenna Lawrence. That's Ewer, backside for Adams, stolen away by Tate. Tate layup, good for TT Tate. The pass from the right side from Ewer was too long of a pass. Tate read it like a defensive back, stole it and got the layup. McCumber loses the ball, out of bounds. Nice post defense from Zuri Jones. Reese Shirey back in to the game. Timeout Farmington, 30-second timeout. Arkadelphia 24, Farmington 24, and we'll be back to Blytheville after this timeout.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
Back to action from Chickasaw Arena on the campus of Blytheville High School. 4A state tournament second round game. Only 8 teams left. These teams are playing to reach the Final Four, the semifinals, and we've got a good one here. Tie ball game. 1:30 remaining in the first half. Taylor Altman drives. She's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul is on Morgan Uhart. First free throw from Taylor Altman is good. She has 3 points, and Arkadelphia has a 1-point lead. Snowden takes a seat. Gentry back in for Arkadelphia. Lane violation, not called, or maybe it was just wrong notice by me. That's a good basket in transition for Casey McCumber. She gets the basket to go, and the Arkadelphia foul is on Zuri Jones, her first. 16 foul on Arkadelphia, and the old-fashioned three-point play is good for McCumber. 27-25, Farmington. 2-point lead, coming up on 1 minute to play here in the second quarter. Altman in trouble on the side. Adams steals it away. Nice pass, nice dish from Reese Shirey to McCumber on the backside. And the Farmington lead is 4 under a minute to go. Adams knocks the ball away from Leah Smith. 3-on-2. Adams. Foul on Michaela Gentry. That's her first foul. And Marin Adams to the free throw line. Adams with 7 points tonight for Farmington. Knocks the first one down. 8 points. 6 of those here in the second quarter. Amaya Snowden in the game for Arkadelphia. Zuri Jones takes a seat. Arkadelphia took a 25-24 lead. Farmington was 6 straight. Nice rebound from McCumber. Looking inside, but that pass was too tall for McCumber. It'll go over to Arkadelphia. 30-25 Lady Cardinals. 31 seconds left in the second quarter. What's been an exciting first half. .15 on the clock. Gentry goes baseline. Shot up, too strong. McCumber tips it out into the hands of Altman. Marin Adams knocks that one out of bounds. So with 5.5 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Arkadelphia will have one more shot at it. Snowden up and under, kicks it out to TT Tate for 3. Too strong. And that is how the first half will come to an end. So we've finished 2 quarters of play. Farmington 30, Arkadelphia 25. The Lady Badgers are hanging in there, had a lead. Farmington finished with 6 quick ones. And we are at halftime. Your score, Farmington 30, Arkadelphia 25. We'll take a break and we'll be back from Blytheville after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Lady Badger basketball on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands. Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Welcome back to Blytheville High School. It is halftime in this 4A girls state basketball tournament quarterfinal game. Farmington, the 1 seed from the 4A North, comes into the game with a record of 33-1. Arkadelphia, the 3 seed from the 4A South, 20-9. And Farmington with a 30-25 lead at halftime. Chris Babb here, joined now by Eric Taylor of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, Grand Poobah of all things Arkansas high school sports and Great American Conference. Eric, y'all have reporters all over the state covering these state tournaments. You got to draw the 4A state tournament, so what would you rather do than spend a weekend in Blytheville, right?
Oh man, wouldn't trade it for the world. At least I don't think, man.
No, you wouldn't. Let's talk about what you've seen here at this tournament. First of all, let's talk about the first half from Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia came in, Farmington and Nashville, as I mentioned on the broadcast. People probably get tired of hearing it, but it's not just what they say. Farmington, Nashville on the girls' side have been what people around the state have been waiting for in that championship game. Arkadelphia has a chance to slay the giant in the first half. As you said before we came back, they've done what they need to do.
Literally, I mean, a lot of teams that Farmington play, now naturally they're going to be bigger than anyone they play. And that's
right.
Including a lot of 6A teams.
Yep.
But if you can avoid being blown off the floor in that first quarter, they play so many games this year where they're outscoring teams 25-5 first quarter,
right.
28-10 first quarter. And Arkadelphia did a great job of weathering that early storm. And then another thing they've done, too, is that they've actually handled Farmington's press well. Once they get that initial break, usually they have a 2-on-1 situation, and they capitalize on that. So they've done 2 things I think you have to do when you play a team like a Farmington or Nashville. That's avoid getting, knocked out early and just hang around as long as you can. Now, I do think the last minute of the half was big for Farmington because they went down. And they hadn't trailed a lot, but they came back and scored the last 6 of the quarter to kind of get them going. But I think Arkadelphia has done exactly what they had to do, was to keep it close. And then the closer it gets, the more confident they get, and then you kind of see a little doubt in Farmington's mind as well. So we'll see how they come out in this third quarter.
Obviously going to be undersized. You mentioned most teams. You look down that list, you see Lawrence at 6'3", Brashear's at 6'3", 6'1" off the bench, another 6'1" off the bench. But Arkadelphia has countered that with, scrappiness, if you want to call it that, and playing big when they have to.
That's exactly what they've done, man. I mean, they've just been scrappy. Like I said, they're smaller, but they're fighting on the glass, man. Loose balls. One thing I think that has hurt them sometimes is the unforced turnovers. It's one thing when Farmington is causing it, but another thing when you're throwing them away or whatnot. But they've been scrappy. That's the best way to put it.
Let's talk about the coverage. You've got we mentioned you've got reporters all over the state at the different state tournaments. Your cohorts up at the Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette covering some tournaments up there at Rogers. Talk about the importance of covering high school sports in Arkansas. Obviously, you were heavily involved and in charge of the coverage of Arkansas high school football. When obviously we communicate a lot when Arkadelphia was making it run. It's been a fun season to follow. But talk about the importance that you've seen in the state of Arkansas of high school sports.
It's huge, but because around the country, the newspaper business isn't what it used to be.
Right.
So I think what we do is crucial because I'm old school. And I don't want to say I'm old, but I'm an old school guy where I love to used to love getting up and actually looking at a paper in front of me, but so much is digital now. We have a digital edition as well, but I think, getting kids' names out there on the high school level, again, when we were young, we used to love seeing our name in front, and things of that nature. So
now if they can see it on Twitter.
Exactly, see it on Twitter now, on social media everywhere, which is even better, But it's huge, man, getting these kids out there and getting them seen and giving them as much coverage as we can. You know, a lot of times we're limited in what we can do sometimes, but you know, if we can get it out there as much as possible, then we're going to do it. Like, I literally wanted to come up at 4A.
Right.
You know, I had the options. I could have went over to 6A, but I got my Northwest guys up there.
Yep.
I got a guy down at 5A, but I really wanted to come up to 4A because I thought that would be the most competitive tournament on both sides of the course, like you mentioned. The Nashville and the Farmington are the favorite on the girls' side of the course, but then the boys, you have Blythe and Farmington and Christian and things like that. But there's a lot of teams in here that, you know, the casual fan may not know about. You know, I know about a lot of these things. I follow them all year round, but I thought it'd be a competitive field. Now, this first half, I got to admit, it's kind of surprising a little bit. But, you know, like I said, Arkadelphia is hanging tough. You know, that's all you can ask for right now.
So next week, Hot Springs is always a fun time for people, of course, especially down around our area. 30 minutes, a lot of Arkadelphia ends up making the way over there. I imagine that's just a fun, I'm sure it's tiring as well, but ultimately a fun weekend to cover and then kind of cap off the high school basketball season.
I look forward to that year every year, man, even with state finals with football and then basketball, of course. But 3 days of great games. You're not going to be cheated out of anything over there. You may have your occasional, you know, blowout, so to speak, but it won't be many of them. You know, everyone that's over there has earned that spot, and I love going over there every week, every year rather for that weekend and just see some great basketball played.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming over and joining us. I'm glad you're up here. Glad we're able to connect. And personal thank you for coming down to Arkadelphia last November and covering, helping us out with a high school sports media conference. Spoke on a panel with some other sports writers. So personally, want to say thank you for that. And hope you can come back again in next fall.
I loved it down there that weekend, man. It made me feel like I was somebody.
That's right.
Man.
That's right.
But you're my guy, man. So I'm always willing to help, man.
Thanks, Eric Taylor of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us at halftime. You're watching Arkadelphia Lady Badger basketball, and we'll be back with the third quarter after this timeout on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
We are back and about ready for tip-off of the third quarter. Arkadelphia trailing Farmington 30-25. Take a look at the leading scorers for Arkadelphia. T.T. Tate with 9 points. 6 points for Leah Smith. Michaela Gentry with 4. 3 for Taylor Altman. 2 for Zuri Jones. Sorry about our camera angle. We are a little bit off-center, as you can kind of tell, and so it gives us the appearance of being somewhat crooked. So apologize for that. Michaela Gentry, quick start for Arkadelphia. The steal and the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound, Jenna Lawrence controls the dribble while on the ground. Lawrence inside the Berkshires. Shot up and good for Zoe Berkshires. I've been saying that name incorrectly as we hear him say it over the PA. Berkshires. Snowden underneath to Harris, no good. Rebound London. Shirey backside to Lawrence. She's fouled by Michaela Gentry. That's her second personal foul. London inside finds a Moss cutting down the lane. No good. Lawrence gets the rebound and the putback. And Farmington with 4 quick ones. The lead is up to 9 really quickly. Arkadelphia got a steal on the first possession. Couldn't get the layup to go. Farmington responded with 4 straight. Snowden pull up from 15. Good for Amaya Snowden. Snowden's first basket of the game. Back to 7. Shirey, no good. Brashear's on the backside with the rebound. And that's some of the height that has helped Farmington. Snowden, kick out to Tate. She'll fire up a 3, no good. Jenna Lawrence with the rebound. Nine-point lead. Lawrence on the backside. Up and under. A foul is going to be called on Michaela Gentry, and that's going to be the 3rd personal foul on Michaela Gentry as Lawrence went to the left and then faked to the left and then went baseline and was able to draw the foul on Gentry. 2nd team foul on Arkadelphia here in the 3rd quarter. Jenna Lawrence, averaging 19 points per game, had 4 at half and has 3 here in the 3rd quarter. Missouri Jones into the game for Arkadelphia, replacing Gentry, who now has 3 fouls. Don't want her to pick up her 4th this early in the 2nd half. Lawrence now with 7, trying to make it 8, and does. 11-point lead now for Farmington. Zone defense now from from Farmington, and Coach Klein sees that and is going to call a timeout, full timeout, so we will take it with them. 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Farmington 38, Arkadelphia 27. Back to Blytheville after this timeout on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
While you may not be a pediatric surgeon volunteering your topiary talents at a children's hospital, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisor gets to know you, your passions, and the way you give back, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
Back to action here. Farmington with the steal out of the timeout. Reese Shirey, top of the key. Moss for 3, good. And Farmington has taken control quickly in the first 2 minutes. Gone to a zone defense. They couldn't stop the Lady Badgers much. Maya Snowden responds with a 3-pointer. Quickly down the other end is Jenna Lawrence. Shot up and good from Jenna Lawrence. 43-30. And quickly, before I can look up and down twice, Arkadelphia pushes it. It's knocked out of bounds by Moss. .13-point lead for the Lady Cardinals. Farmington's gone to a zone defense, gone away from the man. Arkadelphia forced him out of the pressure early. Smith for 3, no good. Brashears with the rebound. Shirey pushes it, left side. Moss for 3, no good. Long rebound to Shirey. Pull up just in front of the lane is good for Shirey. And the lead is up to 15. Backside pass, Snowden on the baseline. Kicks it out to Tate. And Leah Smith in the lane. Charge on Leah Smith. That's a tough one. Leah Smith picks up her second personal foul. Shirey picked it up. Shirey set up for it. And Farmington with the ball and a 15-point lead. Has controlled the first half of the third quarter. Talking to Eric Taylor, who's our halftime guest from, that was a nice play, backside. Arkadelphia wasn't expecting that. There's Lawrence on the backside. Looked like it was an entry pass to a post player. It was to Lawrence on the backside, and the 6'3 senior just went up and caught it and put in the layup. 17-point lead now quickly. Snowden pull up from the baseline, no good. Rebound, Lawrence loses it. Zuri Jones to Smith. Smith, runner in the lane, good for Leah Smith. She has 8 points. Lawrence for three, in and out, no good. Still hadn't gotten one to go. Tate runs it for Arkadelphia. Push on the baseline. We're going to say that Tate dribbled that one while it was, and it hit the baseline when she was dribbling. And so the ball will go over to Farmington. Taylor Altman, Michaela Gentry into the game for Arkadelphia. Reagan Harris and Amaya Snowden out. $15-point lead for Farmington. Lawrence, high post, looking back door, spins, shot, draws nothing but the baseline. And the air ball will give the ball to Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia took a lead at 25-24 late in the second quarter. Altman's shot no good. Rebound Lawrence, she pushes. Arkadelphia took a 25-24 lead, and that was just an errant pass. Stolen away. Tate up ahead to Gentry. Layup no good. Gets her own layup good for Michaela Gentry. Her 6 point. Back to 13. But what I was saying, Arkadelphia took a 25-24 lead late in the second quarter. Farmington responded with 6 straight to end the half. Brashears, nice D by Zuri Jones. Shirey goes baseline, and she's going to be fouled by Leah Smith. That's the third personal foul on Leah Smith. And Reese Shirey will go to the free throw line for Farmington. Arkadelphia was up 25-24 late in the second. Farmington closed the half with 6 to make it 30-25. And it's been 17-9 in the favor of Farmington so far in the first 6:40 of the 5:40 of the second quarter. Snowden comes back in, replacing Zuri Jones. 2 for 2 at the line from Reese Shirey. The lead is 15. Altman goes baseline, cut off by Shirey, out to Smith. Tried to hit Smith for a three, but the deflection by the long arm of Jenna Lawrence. Now, Michaela Gentry at the free throw line, no good. Shirey with the ball to Moss, out to Lawrence. 4A state quarterfinal game from Blytheville. Winner advances to semifinals. Brashears to Lawrence, knocked away by Gentry. Lawrence for three, short. Rebound, Taylor Altman, and a foul on Brashears. That was a tremendous job by Taylor Altman of blocking out the much taller Zoe Brashears. Stands 6'3". Brashears is whistled for her third personal foul. Altman may have taken an elbow to the head. She's still down, so we'll check in with her and see if they stay here or if they go to a timeout. They're going to call the teams. Arkadelphia head coach Jonathan Klein, assistant coach Mandy Stevenson-Newman out with Taylor, assistant coach Ryan Ellison with the Lady Badgers on the bench. We'll go ahead and take a break, and then we'll come back and bring you an update on Taylor when we return on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Taylor Altman gets a nice hand from the crowd as she stands up and is going to walk off. They brought the whole cavalry out of medical personnel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Taylor ought to feel special. 8 people came out to make sure Taylor was all right. And so I think she took an elbow to the back of the head from Zoe Brashears. She walks off. It's a nice hand from the crowd. And the entourage of medical personnel got their exercise for the day. Taylor ought to feel special. Arkadelphia get back to action. New player into the game for Arkadelphia is Alea Jackson. Will replace Taylor Altman. So Leah Smith, T.T. Tate, Alea Jackson, Michaela Gentry, and Amaya Snowden. A little zone pressure from Farmington. Lele with the 3, no good. Rebound, Snowden. Shot blocked from behind by Lawrence. Gets the rebound. Up and under to London. London, man-to-man defense from Arkadelphia. Shirey looking inside. Shot up, and it was just a mismatch there for Casey McCumber as she had on the switch, got Leah Smith on the back side of the block, and she was able to catch that one and go in. Smith on the back, on the other end. Nice pull-up jumper off the glass for Leah Smith, but McCumber gets behind the Arkadelphia defense and gets the layup to go. Timeout Arkadelphia. The lead for Farmington is 17. Timeout Arkadelphia. 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Back to action. Tate inbounds the ball to Leah Smith. 2-1-2. Pressure from Farmington. They've extended that zone pressure. Jackson shot no good. Snowden with a nice offensive rebound. Tate back to Snowden. Double team there. Inside to Jackson. Ball knocked away on the low side on defense. And Farmington with the ball. Just under 20 seconds remaining. And the Lady Cardinals will Trying to get the last shot, but Smith just stole it away. Smith by Shirey, no good. Michaela Gentry crashes in for the rebound. Lawrence at the buzzer, no good. And that is how the third quarter ends. Farmington 53, Arkadelphia 36. We'll be back for the fourth quarter after this timeout on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
While you may not be a pediatric surgeon volunteering your topiary talents at a children's hospital, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisor gets to know you, your passions, and the way you give back, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
Back to action here as we start the fourth quarter of play. Arkadelphia trails Farmington. Farmington extended out that 2-1-2 zone pressure. Jackson inside for Gentry. She's fouled. Second foul on Farmington here in the second half. Morgan Ewer the foul. That's her second. Second team foul. Jackson pulls up, off the glass, no good. Rebound, Jenna Lawrence. London, pass stolen away by Amaya Snowden. Nice job by Snowden of not traveling. She stopped her dribble. Tate, she'll launch a three, short. Jenna Lawrence with the rebound. Farmington has numbers, 4-on-2. Lawrence, layup, no good, but she's going to be fouled by Amaya Snowden. Snowden tried to get back to draw the charge. Couldn't quite get set in time. You see Taylor Altman back on the bench for Arkadelphia. She gets up and comes down and sits by the coaches. Lawrence is 2 for 2 from the line. And the lead is at 19. Tate trying to cut that, no good. Three-pointer, no good. Reese Shirey with the rebound, pressured by Anaya Ford and Michaela Gentry. 7 left. London shot up, can't get it to go, but a foul on Leah Smith, and that is going to be the 4th personal foul on Leah Smith. Smith, the team's leading scorer on the season, 13.5 points per game. TT Tate came into the game second in that category at 10.2. London knocks down the free throw. As we mentioned early in the game, this Farmington team shoots from the field right around 50%. 2 for 2 from London. From three-point range, they shoot 34%, and they shoot good from the free throw line as well. This is a team that has shot a lot of three-pointers this season. Leah Smith says, I have 2. She can't get that one to go. Snowden keeps it alive, but into the hands of McCumber. Shirey pushes it ahead. Lawrence, three-pointer in stride, good. That is the first three-pointer of the game for Jenna Lawrence. She's at 96 on the season. She missed her first 4 or 5 attempts today, but finally gets one to go, and the lead is 24. Ford, Smith, now Snowden. Tate guarded by McCumber. Smith, now Ford on the wing. Looking for the skip pass. Ford's pass is stolen away by London. Ahead to McCumber, but stolen away. Bodies everywhere. Snowden, Gentry, layup good. TT Tate went flying into the other basketball stanchion on the other end of the floor. She gets up. She's good. This has been an intense full contact game. McCumber shot, nice defense by Anaya Ford. London doesn't steal the rebound, but she tied up TT Tate when Tate had the rebound on the backside. Good to see Taylor Altman back into the game, replacing Anaya Ford. Ford will take a seat. Good to see Taylor able to come back in the game. Now they're going to make Brashears come back out because her shirt wasn't tucked in. Adams into the game for Farmington. So Altman able to come back in the game after taking the spill. Lawrence throws Gentry away. Altman looking for Tate, now stolen away by Lawrence. Hounded by Leah Smith. Back to Lawrence, left open for three. She's feeling it now. It's a lot easier to play in rhythm when you have a lead. That's something that Farmington did not have much of in the first half, or at least one that they're used to having. And they have ended up stretching it out. Taylor Altman to the basket, no good. Rebound, Marin Adams. 5 minutes to go. Farmington has put together a solid second half to pull away. Moss with a cut, layup good for Hannah Moss. Leads at 27 and almost a steal. TT Tate, high post Gentry, stolen away. Foul on Michaela Gentry, and that is her fourth personal foul. And Jenna Lawrence will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. So Arkadelphia put pressure on Farmington, one of the top two teams in the state, along with Nashville, for the first half. And then Farmington got a strong start to the third quarter, and they've been able to extend that lead to 29 points. Snowden picks up her dribble. Ball knocked out of bounds by Reese Shirey, and it will stay with Arkadelphia. Leah Smith will trigger it inbounds for Arkadelphia. Tate. Gentry across to Smith. Gentry looking for Snowden on the right baseline. Knocked out of bounds by Farmington. 13 on the shot clock for Leah Smith to trigger it for the Lady Badgers. Five on the shot clock. Tate kicks out to Smith with 1 on the shot clock, off the glass, and good for Leah Smith. Kick out, Lawrence feeling it. 3 in and out, no good. Marin Adams with the rebound. Shot up, no good, but a foul on Amaya Snowden. That's her fourth. So now 3 Lady Badgers, 3 seniors with 4 fouls. Leah Smith, Amaya Snowden, and Michaela Gentry. Marin Adams to the free throw line. Gets the first one to drop. Missed the second, Michaela Gentry, nice block out of Jenna Lawrence. With the rebound, Leah Smith's pass ahead to TT Tate. Just a little bit too strong, too tall for TT. And Farmington with the ball, 3:43 remaining Reese Shirey will walk the ball up, or jog it now. Go all the way to the basket and get the layup to go. 70-41. Snowden to Smith, back to Snowden. Amaya for three, no good. Leah Smith with the rebound among the trees. Shot up, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Marin Adams of Farmington. It'll stay with Arkadelphia. TK Crawford comes into the game for Arkadelphia. 3:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. So Tate takes that one high pass to, or a lob pass to Gentry. Back to Tate. Gentry now. Crawford, corner three, too strong. Snowden on the backside with the rebound. Shot put up, no good, but a foul is going to be called on Jenna Lawrence. So 3 minutes to go. Farmington up by 29 points, so this will send Farmington to the semifinals. And let's spend the last 2 minutes, 59 seconds talking about this Lady Badger team that has really, really put a good run together in this 2022-23 season. 20-win season, a 20-win season for Arkadelphia. First time since 2008 that Arkadelphia has made the state tournament. So a good beginning, a good step in the right direction for the program. Lawrence steals that one away. Ahead to Adams. Layup is good for Marin Adams. And so this season for Arkadelphia has been a good one. 3 losses to Nashville, a loss to Farmington. 20-10 overall. Finished third, tied for second in the conference. It's a blocking foul on Michaela Gentry, and that is going to be the 5th foul on Michaela Gentry. So Michaela Gentry's career is going to come to an end. She gets a hand from the Arkadelphia crowd. That is the seniors' last foul, and so we'll also have subs into the game. Kiana Gwynn, Anaya Ford, Zuri Jones, Madison Hill, and they'll take the other seniors out, Leah Smith and Amaya Snowden. Get a hug from Coach Klein. And a fantastic season for the Arkadelphia Lady Badgers. Will come to an end in the quarterfinal round, one of the last 8 teams remaining in Class 4A girls basketball in the state of Arkansas. So when you see these young ladies and coaches' staff, congratulate them on a tremendous season. TK Crawford gets a hand as she finishes her career as well. And so, seniors, thank you for your contributions to this Arkadelphia Lady Badger program. Madison Hill with the three-pointer, no good. Hill gets her own rebound. We've obviously talked a lot about Leah Smith, Michaela Gentry, Amaya Snowden, and TK Crawford, but Aaliyah Ware also on the bench over there, unfortunately, with the injury early in the season that did not allow her to play much of the season. But those 5 young ladies have done this program proud, and there's a good young base, a young nucleus, a sophomores, a couple of juniors, and it's a small junior class, but Hill and Ford, but there's a big sophomore class, and there's a successful junior high team as well for Arkadelphia. So the future of Lady Badger basketball does look bright. And now Coach Klein's at the table. He's got more players on the bench than he can put in the book. So he's probably going to do what we saw at Nashville and take the technical foul in order to let all of the players play. Coming into the game for Arkadelphia, Destiny Malagonzi Harper, Maya Gentry, Maya Green, Katie Gentry, and Janiyah McKillian. So we're going to have the technical foul to allow. Technical foul is going to be called for because too many people in the book, and Farmington will shoot a free throw. We saw this last week in the regional where Arkadelphia and Nashville took the technical foul to allow all the players to play.
Lindsay Scoggin at the line for the Lady Cardinals.
So, technical foul shots are shot, and we've got 37 seconds remaining. Get all these young ladies in the book. Some action in a state tournament game. Three-pointer on the way from Farmington, off no good. Destiny Goldman with the rebound to Janiyah McKillian. Z Harper, Maya Green, McKillian. Shot up, no good. Katie Gentry with the rebound underneath to McKillian. Layup, no good. Rebound to Farmington. And that is how the game ends. The final score, Farmington 74, Arkadelphia 41. The final score is a 33-point margin, but it was definitely not that way for the first 2.5 quarters of this one, as Arkadelphia put a scare into Farmington, had a 25-24 lead late in the second quarter, 6 straight for Arkadelphia, 6 straight for Farmington at the end of the quarter. Gave the Lady Cardinals the lead at halftime, and then the Cardinals controlled the rest of the game. Farmington moves to 34-1 on the season. Arkadelphia's season will come to an end with a 20-10 record. Again, I'd like to say a hat tip and congratulations and a thank you to the seniors, Leah Smith, Michaela Gentry, TK Crawford, Amaya Snowden, and Aaliyah Ware. That'll wrap up our broadcast of Arkadelphia High School basketball of the 2022-23 season. We'll look forward to seeing you next season. There will be broadcast of some spring sports. The next broadcast for baseball will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. here on Mascot Media, as Arkadelphia will play Pulaski Academy at 4 o'clock at Sylvan Hills High School. And we are working on getting some softball broadcast as well as baseball the rest of the year. And that'll wrap it up. We thank you for tuning in to ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. Again, the season comes to an end in the quarterfinals of the 4A state tournament for the Arkadelphia Lady Badgers. 74-41 is the final from Blytheville. Thanks for tuning in. Go Badgers.